Deputy Barry.
Okay, so the Taoiseach said earlier today that there was no parallel whatsoever between the cost overruns at the National Children's Hospital and the cost overruns at the Cork Event Centre, and that no conclusions could be drawn about the fact that one company, BAM, was central to both the Children's Hospital and the Cork Event Centre. The BAM overrun at the National Children's Hospital, 432 million ballooned to 556 million. At the Cork Event Centre, costs increased from 53 million to 74 million. So let's take the Taoiseach at his word there, and let's look at a different example entirely. The example of the Port of Cork. Same company, BAM, had the contract to redevelop Port of Cork, moving it down towards the mouth of the harbour in Ringaskiddy.
From naming companies. It's maybe known, but I'm sure you can make your case without naming companies.
Okay. The tender was won at a cost of 46 million was the tender. The bill that was then submitted was for 58 million, which is a cost overrun of more than 25%. There was actually a court case about it. BAM said in the course of the court case that the 12 million overrun was down to an arithmetic error. Right? So, do you have a concern about the fact that here is a major construction company which is involved with and linked to cost overruns of a major character in not one, not two, but at least 3 major state projects? Why does this company keep getting lucrative state contracts? And do you not believe that this underlines the case for nationalisation and the establishment of a state construction company to eliminate the for-profit element from that? Those are my questions.
I'll deal with that.
Mr. Donohoe.
We tried to put together one utility to deliver infrastructure for something that really matters for our country, which is Irish water. You opposed that too. So let's be clear. When we tried to put together organisations whose job it is to deliver infrastructure, Deputy Barry was against that too. You see, Deputy Barry can stand up and make speeches, and then when somebody on this side of the House responds back to us, it's not good enough for him. So what we have seen happen there is Deputy Barry has made a number of allegations, a number of statements in relation to a company who don't have the ability to defend themselves.
I warned him of that.
Well, you may have warned him, but he kept going. And I think what's important to say, Cathaoirleach, is that every procurement policy is
hold on a minute. I'm not psychic. I don't know what's going to come out of one's mouth. So I have to, when it comes, I warn them. Now, I have a lot of, attributes, but that's one I don't have.
Well, it's interesting that what he says in the future appears to resemble what he has said in the past on repeated occasions. But
Minister Donoghue, without interruption,
to answer the question is that a company has the right to participate in a procurement process, and then it is up to those who are running the procurement process to decide what they believe to be best value for that particular project. That is what has happened in relation to the different processes that the Deputy is referring to. And what we have done, again, Lascan Corla, I'm trying to answer the question. Thank you, Lascan.
If you want the answer,
what we have
the Minister must have a right to reply for the.
Can you let him answer the question?
Sorry, no, you can take an extra half-minute, Minister Donoghue. You have a right to reply and you have a right to be heard.
Thank you, Lascan Corla. And what the government agreed yesterday is we do believe there is a role for future projects, for other tendering processes, for very, very, very large projects. And I've outlined what the characteristics of those projects are, that we look at how we can conduct tendering processes differently in the future. It's not appropriate to be going beyond that.
Thank you, Deputy.